Welcome to Toronto, Canada's biggest and most multicultural city. Home to towering skyscrapers, epic food markets, and world-class universities, this place is full of energy and opportunity. Whether you're here to study, explore, or chase your dreams abroad, this city has something for everyone. So join me today as I show you how you can make your Canadian dream a reality. You may have thought that this is an ocean because you can't even see the other side, but in fact, this is one of the largest lakes in the entire world. Sorry, Sun Moon Lake, but Lake Ontario is just a little bit bigger. And off in the distance, you can see the CN Tower, which is the tallest structure in Canada. Toronto is such a beautiful city that it actually has a huge downtown core, beautiful beaches, amazing parks everywhere throughout the city. It's got that looks like a forest behind me. It's actually a very, very nice neighborhood. If you haven't guessed yet, this video is going to be all about Toronto, Ontario, and especially why you might want to come to Toronto to learn English. Enjoy this video. Follow me today. We're gonna go meet up with my Uncle Gordon, who some of you may be familiar with. He used to live in Taiwan in the 1970s. And yeah, we're just gonna enjoy this beautiful Sunday as we wander around the great city of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So I have to say that probably of all the cities that I've really ever lived in, Toronto would be the most beautiful one. I love Kaohsiung, but we just don't have this sort of peaceful, quiet, these lovely old neighborhoods, these stellar houses. There's just something about the architecture here in Canada and in Toronto. Everything is just so well kept and people have these beautiful gardens and there's like a sense of style here that I really missed. Look at that. That's a wonderful house. Parking is at a premium, so I saw the guy looking for a parking spot. I said, okay, we're done here. So I'm gonna give him my parking spot. In Canada, you have to be polite. I think one of my favorite aspects about Toronto is that you really do get the best of both worlds. If we go downtown, Bay Street, Yonge Street, it really feels like you're in New York City or some internationally famous large city, which of course it is. But then you drive 10 or 15 minutes, which right now we're just in East Toronto, and we could be in any small town, Ontario, Canada right now. I mean, it really doesn't even feel like you're in a big city. You could get that big city feeling, you know, go downtown, go to the theater, go to beautiful, nice restaurants, and then your house is somewhere like this, just on a quiet little street next to a good school, you know, very safe. And so I think students could probably get some of those advantages as well, because if you go to school downtown, it's very easy to just hop a bus or a streetcar. You're right downtown in 10 or 15 minutes, and then perhaps you're renting a room in a neighborhood like this. So here we are in the historic Cabbagetown district of Toronto. Actually, I used to live here with my brother and a couple of my good friends. And one thing I do love about Toronto is the multiculturalism. So for example, we're just walking and here's an Indian restaurant. There's a Mexican restaurant over there with tacos, Chinese food. Here is Ethiopian. And we're about to go to a bakery that I used to go to 10, 15 years ago. Oh, it's right here. And they used to have these amazing little rotis that I loved. So you just walk down the streets of Toronto and you can really find something from every corner of the earth, which is something that I missed when I lived in Taiwan, because in Taiwan it's quite monocultural, but Canada and especially Toronto is so diverse, so multicultural. You guys have rotis today? Yes. Great. So here we are at my Uncle Gordon's beautiful house in Toronto. Thanks for having us, Gordon.
You're very welcome.
And one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you, Gordon, is because you spent a large part of your career in education. What was that like?
It was terrific. I just retired in December from the University of Toronto, where I was in charge of languages and arts for the School of Continuing Studies. It was a great job. I loved it.
You must have spoken to a lot of students over the years coming to Toronto to learn English. What did you notice about their experiences coming here?
Right. Not only did I meet them through the School of Continuing Studies, but years ago, 20 years ago, I also taught English in Toronto for a short period. And previous to that, I taught it in Asia. So what I found about the students studying English in Toronto is that they like the city very much. They felt at home here because it's a city of immigration. The people come from around the world, so they could easily find people from their home country if they wanted to get some food from a particular grocery store or go to a place of worship or something. They found Toronto easy to get around because we have a good transit system. You don't need a car. They liked our neutral accent in English. It's easy to understand, and it's not identifiable as from a particular country necessarily when it's spoken by people who are learning English. And they like the fact that Toronto is a city with a lot of schools and education. So it's an education city. It's set up for it. We're used to students, we welcome students, and we have a lot of them, not only in the summer, but all through the year as well. We're frankly world leaders in teaching English.
Did you get many students from Taiwan specifically?
A certain number, a growing number, but they're always very welcome.
Yeah.
And there is, of course, a large Chinese community, Chinese-speaking community here in Toronto. So they were always able to find whatever they needed.
Sure.
While at the same time meeting people from other backgrounds where they could practice their English, of course.
And how about safety? Because I'm sure a lot of students might think about that, especially if they're coming on their own. How safe is Toronto, really?
I grew up in Toronto. I'm now 70 years old with a bad hip, and I never think about my safety. I never worry about it. I go everywhere on the bus and the subway late at night. I never have problems. Toronto's a big city, but it's full of neighborhoods, and it's got, in my sense anyway, sort of a small town feel. It's very green, very quiet streets, lots of neighborhoods that are like a small town in the midst of a big city.
Okay, well, thanks, Gordon.
You're very welcome.
I think, you've obviously been happy in Toronto, and you can attest that the educational system here is excellent and safe. So, yeah, I think the students coming to Toronto would definitely have a wonderful experience here.
Yeah, I hope lots of them come, and I wish them much success.
Absolutely. Thanks, Gordon.
Thank you.
So there you have it, folks. Coming from the head of languages at the University of Toronto's Continuing Education Department, my uncle Gordon Davies says that Toronto is an absolutely wonderful place to come and pursue your dreams of studying English abroad. And you guys know I love sharing all kinds of different resources with you, and I love helping people chase their dreams, especially if they want to do something like move abroad, like I did going to Taiwan. And so now I want to introduce the sponsor of today's video, which is Julianne Studio. So Julianne Studio is a trusted education consulting service that helps students from Taiwan plan their studies overseas, particularly in Canada, from elementary school to university-style programs to even study abroad co-op programs. So Julianne Studio was actually founded by Julianne herself, who came to Canada at the age of 16 to start her language learning adventure. She now lives in Toronto, and she has over 12 years experience helping students just like you who want to come abroad to learn English. So for me, why Julianne Studios really stands out is because they specialize in the Canadian language learning education system. If you sign up with them, they are going to help you apply for any language school of your choosing, depending on your needs. They're going to help you with any Canada-related issues. They're going to be an agent or even like a buddy who's going to meet you upon arrival, and they will walk around with you, let you know region-specific things, help you out with Canadian customs, or answer any questions you have about living in Canada while you're abroad. They can even help you out with buying flights, booking accommodation, help you finding a host family, which I understand can be a little bit difficult to know what you're walking into. But with Julianne Studios, they're going to help you every single step of the way, so you can just take all that stress and all that worry out of your already stressful process of moving abroad to study English. They're going to give you pre-departure manuals, they're going to tell you what documents you need, and they're going to prepare you every single step of the way. If you try to do all of that on your own without going through agency consulting service like Julianne Studio, I really think that would be tough for especially a younger Taiwanese student trying to navigate that complicated world all on your own. Julianne Studio is going to be like having a best friend living in Canada, already waiting for you, already willing and able and ready to help you out with your language learning journey. Their entire staff has either lived abroad, studied abroad, or worked abroad, so they are totally used to this situation. They've been there before, they are the experts, and they're going to help you out with any questions that you could possibly have. So through Julianne Studios, you will get personal guidance on choosing the right school for you depending on your needs, your language program, or even just help settling in, including setting up your phone, even setting up a bank account, organizing transportation, and everything once you arrive. So if you are looking into moving abroad, moving to Canada to learn English for the summer or semester, whatever you like, just go to Julianne Studio's website, which I will post right down below. They are such a professional service. They're very transparent with everything. These are the guys you want on your team when you decide to move to Canada to study English. So besides all the information on their website, they also have offices all over Taiwan, including Taipei, Hsinchu, Taichung, Kaohsiung. Either give them a call or drop by the office, or you can fill out your personalized information form with all your needs and what you're looking for when moving abroad, and they will get right back to you. So again, I will put all the information right down below in the description box, but the website is julianne-studio.com. Just go over there, check it out. So much information over there to get you ready to move abroad, to start learning English. I'm so happy that when I came to Taiwan for the first time, my friend was already there, ready to help me out with anything I needed, just the same way that Julianne Studio will be there in Canada, ready to get you on your way to learning English. So now let's get back to the video. We're gonna go check out St. Lawrence Market, which is one of the oldest and most amazing markets in all of Canada. So I'm kind of going down memory lane here. As I mentioned, we used to live in Toronto, and one thing we liked to do on the weekend is come here to a place called St. Lawrence Market. This is one of the oldest markets in Canada, and you can come here for all kinds of wonderful things. And I think because Toronto is so traditionally multicultural, when you come to a place like St. Lawrence Market, that's when you can really see all the cultural differences. Like there's Greek, there's sushi, all kinds of European cheeses, European sauce, meat, hot sauces from around the world. This kind of place, you wish you could have it in every city, but it just so happens that the one in Toronto is probably one of the best in Canada. So I do remember coming here to St. Lawrence Market when I was in high school, and I think I had that. The famous Italian sandwich. So that is one of my missions today. I know it's around here somewhere. The sandwich was so good that I'm sure after 22 years, the shop is still here. We're gonna find that sandwich today. Sure.
Good luck with that one.
Oh yeah, that might be a knife and fork sandwich. Yeah, perfect, thank you. Okay everybody, that is the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and let me know if you come to Toronto or if you've been to Toronto, what are some of your favorite things to do in this wonderful city. Make sure to check out Julianne Studio. All of the links are right down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your beautiful day.